Okay. Let's see if this works, folks.
Welcome to the Luke and Jake Movie Podcast.
We did it. We fixed it. Look, no matter what, YouTube tries to screw us over with their random community guidelines. Technology tries to screw up our voices so that the people cannot hear what we have to say, but that won't stop us. Just like it won't stop the holiday season, and that's why we're here. All right. Welcome to the Luke and Jake Movie Podcast live stream holiday special.
Everything is now under control.
Everything is better. Everything's better. Oh, and then we get pulled for copyright infringement for singing that song. Oh, that was annoying.
Yep.
But we're glad that you stayed with us.
Yes, all of you.
We're here. We're back. We're better than ever.
So, yeah, we're better than ever. This is our holiday plant. Yeah, and we have this week's special. I have my special holiday paper.
I have my special holiday notebook.
So,
look at this. We are in the mood.
In the holiday spirit. So, today we will be talking about holiday movies we watch, what's coming out in theaters, and then stay tuned for later.
This is big. We're going to be talking about the Star Wars prequels, and it's going to get a little heavy.
It's going to get a little heavy in here. But did you tell them about what happened with YouTube?
I tried to. So YouTube, we post a live stream that's like, then a countdown starts, and then we start the broadcast on time. But before we even got to start the broadcast, it just shut down.
This is on our Luke and Jake Movie Podcast YouTube page.
That's why today our live stream is on my page, because right now we have been given a strike by YouTube saying that we broke community guidelines.
Yeah.
But I didn't see. All we did was post that we were doing a live stream. Like, the title was Holiday Movie Special. Nothing offensive there. Not a single bit of nudity in that title.
Nope.
And then in the description, it was like, wow, this is a thing. We're going to be talking about
the cleanest thing.
It was like so straight edge that I don't know why.
I don't know why. And now we have a strike.
Which means we can't record live on that channel right now. So we appealed to YouTube, but of course they haven't gotten back to us.
But there's no such thing as bad publicity. So now I think
this channel's gonna explode.
It's gonna explode.
The injustice.
Yeah.
Enough of that.
Enough.
Let's get to the stuff you're really here for. Luke, what have you been watching this week?
What have I been watching this week? Well, 2 days ago I saw Moana.
Ooh.
Moana. Moana is the new movie from Disney Animated Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just make sure. Yep. Sounds working.
We've been given the all clear.
We're all clear.
Sound good. And we look good.
So I saw Moana. Little did I know, I went with my friend Daryl on the Saturday evening of Black Friday weekend at Yorkdale Mall.
It's one of the largest malls.
In a movie theater that only held, I don't know, like 400 people. It was ridiculous.
Including children piled on top of each other.
Oh, actually, though. Yeah. I've never seen so many little kids in a theater. And so many young kids.
And then just you and Daryl.
Like, there was a child next to me, no joke. Must have been 2 years old. Couldn't fit on the seat and fell. And the popcorn went everywhere. And I watched him for 5 minutes eating popcorn off the floor.
Yes. That's what it's all about.
As for the movie's really good. I don't know. I think I would have to see it again to really know my take on it. I've never seen animation as good as it ever.
It's crazy that what they're capable of nowadays. When you look back at Toy Story, like when you saw it as a kid, you thought it was amazing.
Oh,
you go back to it now and it feels all plasticky and strange. Now they're able to like all the textures and the
water.
And
I wasn't the biggest fan of the music in it. Not gonna lie. Daryl loved the music. I thought some of it was just okay. And I don't know, the pacing was weird. I find that lately in Disney animated movies, the pacing's weird compared to like their older ones. I don't know if you would agree. But I'm
trying to think, like, you had a movie like Tangled that felt like it just went with it, and then Frozen.
Yeah,
was
Frozen had
weird.
pacing issues, and this one I think sometimes it's because they have so many writers on them, like each trying to, and it was long for an animated Disney movie. It's an hour and 55 minutes.
That is long.
But there's a short before it, which is awesome.
That's what I
Love
heard,
the
that they
short.
decided to do a short with it.
Yeah, it's so good. Anyways, so that's what I saw, and then I saw I watched Kill Bill Volume 1 last night because Jake recommended it, and I wanted to rewatch it, and it's so great.
Amazing.
So great. We were talking about how happy we are that that movie exists.
In a world where, like, you think that when you look at the top grossing films, so many of them are just generic or whatever. Like you have Furious 7 on there, or like a ton of sequels. To think there's a movie that exists like Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, it just brings so much joy. It makes me feel like it's okay, like anything is possible if that movie can be made.
Yeah.
With the freedom he was given.
Yeah. It just, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil anything, but it is one of the most unique movies. Like I would say that was made in North America, one of the most like unique.
That's really great.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's just a different kind of watch. Anyways, what have you been watching?
I've been binge watching The Crown. Luke recommended last week The Crown, and I've been watching that.
Clearly, we're the only two listening to our podcast after it's done, and we take our each other's recommendations.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're only doing this for ourselves. We've never
Yeah,
lied
come
about
on.
that. And I watched The Crown, and it's incredibly well made. I like that it didn't venture into a Jane Austen-y comedy of manners, but stayed a straight drama. It felt like House of Cards and how like crisp it was. The look,
Oh,
the
the look of the
production
show
level,
is amazing.
the acting, it all felt on par with House of Cards. I think it's a solid. I think it's solid. I think people will love to watch this.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will over the holidays with your fam. Like I know for sure my family would love this.
Oh
show.
yeah, it's so good.
People love the royal family. There's so much to eat up. I don't know why they exist.
But there's such a future with
It's
that
so
show
interesting.
too.
Exactly.
Like I wonder if they're gonna keep.
So it's
doing
about,
it and
for those of you who
introduce-
don't know, it's a Netflix produced series. You said last week the most expensive they've ever
Yeah,
made
100 million.
for 10 episodes. And it
Crazy.
follows a young Queen Elizabeth II as she is crowned Queen of England. And then what I like is it jumps a bit through time to these important moments throughout her reign and throughout England. I'm already forgetting his name. John Lithgow.
John Lithgow plays Winston Churchill
And is amazing.
Oh,
He is
so good.
There have been a lot of Winston Churchills in movies. Like I really love Brendan Gleeson plays Winston Churchill in a movie called
he'd be really
Into the
good.
Storm. He's so good at it. But John Lithgow is given so much more freedom.
Yeah.
Like there's an episode where it spends a ton of time on him, particularly in his later years, and this portrait that's painted of him.
That's my favorite episode.
That's my favorite episode as well. Because it's not just about Queen Elizabeth and her not knowing what to do, but about this like grizzled old man. And I like that the show makes those decisions, that it jumps around with time.
It does.
And the acting is so good.
No one's a letdown. Everyone.
I think it's thoroughly enjoyable. I binge watched it because it is that good.
Did you watch anything else? Any movies?
That's all I tried to watch The Last Temptation of Christ again. Like Martin Scorsese is my favorite director of all time. But man, I can't stand that movie. It drives me. It's just that type of movie where it just drives me nuts. If you love it, please explain it to me.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think anyone watching has seen that movie or even heard of that movie for that matter.
Willem Dafoe plays Jesus. And it's
the Green Goblin.
It's about like a novel which is trying to make a very interesting point, and I'm not against it for its subject matter. I'm against it for not making any sense at all to me.
I will never see it.
Oh,
you know, I'm laughing because we had all you can eat sushi today. And I'm feeling tired.
Yeah, all you can eat sushi takes it out. Like we were talking because we knew that you were going to be around a lot today, so we're like, what are we going to eat? Because that's important.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, if we eat all you can eat sushi, we don't need to eat for the rest of the day.
It's an expensive meal, but if you only eat that,
then you're good for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you're good for the rest.
Eat a snack before you go to bed. Speaking of going to bed. No, we're not done yet. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering why we're doing holiday special now, go to any store.
Yeah.
It's Christmas, holiday, Hanukkah, Diwali stuff everywhere.
Everywhere. And we want to prepare you for the holidays coming up. So you're not spending time thinking about what movie you're going to watch. You're spending time with friends and family.
Now, sometimes with friends and family, you have these movies you watch every year, and we have those too.
Yeah.
We want to prepare you for the holiday movie season. It's when some of the best movies of the year come out. But before that, we want to talk a little bit about our own personal Christmas holiday movie watching experiences.
Yes.
So for me, It's big. Like I have a big family. I got 3 siblings and both my parents. And Christmas is a huge deal in my house. You know that.
Yep. Jake's mom.
My mother celebrates Christmas from November the 1st. As soon as Halloween is gone, it's Christmas until Easter. And I mean that because there are Christmas decorations over the entire house. There's a Christmas tree in like every room of our house. Down the staircase, she has an army of snowmen she's collected over the years. She always hangs up stockings. There's Christmas stuff everywhere, and especially Christmas music. She sings and plays Christmas music all the time. So Christmas is really big in my family. And a big tradition is we watch movies together as a family. And probably the one we watch every year is White Christmas. Bing Crosby and those other people. Isn't it Danny Kaye? Who is it?
Yeah.
Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye, and some other wonderful actresses. I can't remember their names, but it's this lovely story about Christmas. It's about Christmas at this resort, and they put together this show to honor this World War II general. It's just so lighthearted and lovely. There aren't enough movies like that.
Nope.
And the music, of course, is iconic. The song White Christmas.
Fun fact.
My mother asked me to sing that song at her funeral. That's how much my mother loves Christmas.
But what if it's not Christmas?
She doesn't care. She says, I want you to sing White Christmas at my funeral. I said, okay, that's dark, but I will.
I'm dreaming of
I'm dreaming of a white.
Fun fact.
Christmas.
White Christmas did not originate in that movie.
No, it did not.
It originated in Holiday Inn, which came out years before White Christmas, starring Bing Crosby. And it is White Christmas is the #1 recorded song of all time.
What?
Yep.
Like as far as like other artists covering and stuff?
That and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Those are the 2.
Awesome.
White
They
Christmas.
deserve it. What do you watch at Christmas?
Well, one of my favorite holiday movies is The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey. Starring Jim Carrey.
Great.
Hilarious. If you only watch that movie as a child and you haven't seen it in a while, you got to watch it because it is hysterical.
Jim Carrey is so great.
He's so funny.
Fun fact. Did you know for that movie, it was so painful for him to be in that full-on costume and makeup. He said that the first day he went to Ron Howard and said, I quit. I'm not making this movie. So then instead, they hired these specialists in torture to teach Jim Carrey from the CIA, to teach Jim Carrey how to handle torture. And he used that throughout filming, this way of thinking and processing what you're going through so that he could keep it together to make this movie. And I'm sure glad he endured that torture because there are some amazing moments.
That whole movie's great. I love that whole movie.
It's all him.
It is all him. Something else I watched that I'm sure is on your list too is a movie we talk about a lot. It's a Wonderful Life.
One of the best movies ever made.
So I know so I didn't grow up on this movie.
No.
So I remember every single Christmas Eve, it's on ABC and all those channels, and it's 3 hours in the thing, and I was like, black and white, I'm not gonna watch that movie. Looks so boring. And then one year, Jake was like, no, you should watch it. And I was like, okay. And it changed everything about Christmas. I need to watch this movie at Christmas.
I watch it probably 2 or 3 times a year,
but
especially at Christmas, on Christmas Eve, I take time and I watch it.
It is the perfect holiday Christmas movie.
It's powerful.
It is so powerful, and it'll just make you feel good.
Yeah.
You're not going to leave that movie feeling really bad. You'll be like,
unless you wasted your life.
Yeah. But it shows that you didn't.
You didn't. No matter what you think, you had an impact.
Yeah, on people.
In this world. Another Christmas movie I watch is A Christmas Story.
You know?
That lovely, quirky little...
I've never seen it.
Oh, dude.
Never.
It's so funny. It's about a man who is narrating what Christmas was like for him as a child. And it's like episodic. There's like a whole scene about how these neighborhood dogs rush into their house and eat their entire Christmas dinner, and they have to go to a Chinese restaurant for Christmas. There's a whole thing about how he wants to get this Red Ryder BB gun, and everyone tells him he'll shoot his eye out. And that just keeps going through.
That's about this line.
It's you'll shoot your eye out, kid. And there's the scene where he goes to see Santa, and the whole thing is viewed through this like. It's not like rose-covered glasses, but it's like you're looking back at the past and you can't believe that you lived through that. And the narration has this tone in his voice, and it's so lovely. And that's another thing about Christmas movies. They're allowed to be just lovely and light, and they always have so much heart. They just can't get away from it because it's the holiday season.
Do you watch Christmas Vacation? Have you
We
seen Christmas
did
Vacation?
watch that
That's funny.
over at Friends. That has some really funny
that
moments.
is some funny. The sled.
But that's not a that's
That's
the Christmas tree too. There's so many good Christmas movies. And do you have any other ones before we hit the big one?
Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Just the first one. The other two are horrendous,
I don't know what that
in my opinion. Yeah, there's a second and third one. Third one stars Martin Short with him, but the first one with Tim Allen,
where he
classic.
plays like Jack Frost or
Love
something.
that movie. Loved it so much as a kid. I would watch that year round as a kid. It was like one of my favorite movies. I just
And
loved
George of
that.
the Jungle.
Yeah.
Those
Just
are big ones for you.
Yep. And then just another one that I know my fiance Jess would want me to say is Love Actually. She loves that movie. And so do many people.
I'm the chief.
I think it's all right.
What is it? I'm the chief lobster. What is
Well,
it?
well, Rowan Atkinson's in it.
He's great.
He's so funny. Holy sir.
Alan
Alan
Rickman.
Rickman.
Theory that he plays an
Hey.
angel.
He was supposed to be in it more.
There's
I don't
a
know.
theory that he is an angel
Oh, really?
throughout that.
Oh,
movie.
I think that was a cut thing.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, something
Oh,
like
okay.
that. I don't know. Yeah,
Trying to keep
anyways.
the fun facts going.
But yeah, fun fact. Here is a movie that isn't necessarily Christmas themed, but we didn't show each other our lists.
and it ended
then
up on
it
both
ended
of our lists.
Yeah, what is it?
The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Lord of the Rings trilogy, just a Christmas time thing.
I think for this reason. First off, every new movie theatrically came out
Yeah.
around Christmas time, and at the same time, I remember every New Year, well, when the Two Towers came out in theaters, I would get the Fellowship of the Ring on VHS or on DVD.
Yeah.
And then it started becoming a thing where I would be buying the extended editions that would come out in the holiday season.
Yeah.
And it was the perfect time because Christmas, when I was growing up, there was no school. Literally, Christmas for my family was just hanging out all the time. That's all we did. And the perfect thing, throw on 12 hours worth of incredible cinematic history and just enjoy yourself.
It just is the best use of your time.
Let's be honest.
Well,
It's amazing.
If you have some holidays and you're looking for movies to watch, do not watch The Hobbit. They aren't even in the same universe.
If you think they are, I don't know what to do for you.
if
man.
you like the Hobbit movies, reach out to us. Honestly, we'd love to hear your ideas.
We can help.
We can help. But Lord of the Rings, extended versions too.
So tell us, comment. You can comment below or let us know what are movies that you watch around the Christmas season, and we'll be sure to make fun of you for those movies you post.
Yep.
Troll us, please. Bring it on.
But what's coming out this season?
A lot.
A lot.
You
of
got the
movies.
list.
So those of us who love movies, we call this Oscar season.
Yes.
Okay, because this is all gearing up towards the award season, and most of the biggest movies come out around this time because this is when the Academy voters
They start paying attention.
They start paying attention because a movie that comes
Yeah.
out last March, people won't remember it
Because the cutoff for the Academy Awards is obviously the end of the year.
Yeah.
So they try and put all of those movies that they think are Oscar contenders, because movies that win Oscars make more money. So they try and put those in and around between September and December, that they are in people's minds when we come up to February and March when the Academy starts doing their thing.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of amazing movies coming out, and we want to make sure you don't waste your time with some lame whatever movie. We want to make sure that you go see the best of the best. So, Luke, what's coming up?
What's coming up? Well, the first one coming up, well, actually, one that was released last week that we're actually seeing tonight, is called Manchester by the Sea
with Casey Affleck.
Casey Affleck, produced by Matt Damon, and apparently it's really, really great and could get some Oscar love. So,
did we buy those tickets?
Yeah. Oh no,
we didn't.
We haven't.
We got to do that quick.
We will.
Some point.
We will at some point. We're good. We're good for now.
We should be all right.
Yeah. Yes, but we're going to see that tonight, and we're very excited about it. And
it's gonna be great.
Our next live stream, we will be telling you what we thought about Manchester by the Sea.
Absolutely.
But in December, the first movie out that seems like it'll be
deserve some
recognition is Jackie. He is about Jackie Kennedy, stars Natalie Portman, and reviews are saying she is outstanding in this movie, as she usually is.
I believe
she's amazing. So I think that's gonna be like, it'll probably be under the radar a lot for most people, but it's gonna be one of those that's like a Blue Jasmine sort of thing, where when people start talking about Cate Blanchett, they're like, oh, we have to see Jackie
because of that.
It'll be one of those movies.
Performance.
Yeah. What's next?
Well, we should say that, Jackie will be a limited release on December 2nd.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks after that on December the 14th. December 14th. Oh, no, we'll get to that one last.
Yeah.
Even though chronology is nice. On December the 14th is Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
Michael Fassbender, Marion Cotillard.
I actually don't know if it comes
it
out on the
looks-
14th. It
I
comes
googled it.
No, it comes out on the 21st because it doesn't come out on the same weekend as the other one.
I googled it.
It comes out on the 21st. But Assassin's Creed, yes.
It looks kick butt.
It does.
it
looks
really
I
exciting.
played the first 3 Assassin's Creed on Xbox, and
Very
the movie,
cinematic.
the movie looks great. And just to know that Michael Fassbender is a producer and had a role in the story and everything, I trust him.
And
I
that's
think it'll be good.
and this director just did an adaptation of Macbeth, and it was really intense.
Yeah.
And it was visceral, and the visuals were incredible. And from what I've seen from the trailers, it looks like that'll be right on point. Now, we don't know about how well it's written, which is obviously a big point. What's the story going to be like?
Yeah.
And this is the thing I've talked about for a long time, that video games are the next, like right now, they're just digging deep into Marvel and DC, finding like all this incredible material to make movies out of. And I think video games are the next thing. Now, we've seen some. They haven't been enormous hits. Warcraft, it did fine.
Should have came out years ago.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
There have been some video game movies that haven't done well, but I think this could be the one
Yeah.
to bridge a gap that now people are starting to pay attention, because video games make more money than movies
yeah.
usually do,
And
domestically speaking.
And I know, the Uncharted video games. That's in production right now.
They're making
and
Tomb Raider with Alicia
Tomb Raider,
Vikander as a young.
So it's all coming back, and I'm
Tomb
shocked
Raider, Lara
that
Croft.
they haven't made a Zelda movie. I don't know why they're sitting on so much money.
Mario
Such
movie. Imagine
I
a
don't-
Mario
yeah.
movie, a
huge
Zelda
fan
movie.
base. Imagine how well those would do internationally. I don't know what they're waiting.
I think it's
for.
coming. I think if Assassin's Creed works
Yeah.
out really well, makes a bunch of money, maybe Nintendo says, "All right, let's do it." They're making a Pokemon movie,
Huh?
Pikachu Detective.
I know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe it'll be huge.
But back to the holidays. So December 16th, in limited release, La La Land comes out. I had the chance, I've talked about it before in the podcast, to see it at TIFF. It was the TIFF People's Choice Award.
Son of a gun.
It is amazing. I
believe it.
adore this movie. It is my favorite of the year so far, and it will probably be my favorite movie of the year.
I'm really
It just
excited
is
to
right
see
up my alley. Some of the best performances by Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling, made by the filmmaker Damien, who did Whiplash.
Damien.
I don't
last
remember his
name?
last name. I
Sorry,
think it's Damien.
guys.
But he directed it, wrote it. It is a great homage.
Homage.
It pays tribute to old golden age movie musicals, and it's just the way it's made is just amazing.
I can't wait to see that.
You got to see it. It's going to be huge.
I'm excited to see it.
Anyways, and the same weekend as Assassin's Creed comes out,
Moving on.
the movie Passengers comes out.
Starring Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence in the much anticipated science fiction.
Another sci-fi for you.
I don't know. If you want to see it, comment, let us know, because I'm not really excited to see it.
I don't think it doesn't appeal to me. It looks
know.
kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. There was The Martian, Interstellar, Gravity, Arrival. And now
You got
they
a lot
all
of these,
seem
got
like
a lot of these spacesuit
a lot of
movies where
these
things go
spacesuit
wrong.
where things go wrong. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with
Hey.
a lot of tributes to The Shining.
Yeah, because of 2001. So it's like a
Yeah.
Kubrick thing.
Yeah.
So they're trying to, like, if you haven't seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, it's about this manned mission that's
Yeah.
being controlled by this ship, controlled by this computer, who decides that these humans are the only thing endangering the mission, so he has to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, in Passengers, is it the same kind of thing that like
Yeah.
the computer is trying to kill them off, and then and love conquers space?
Lame.
I don't know.
Could be really good. But
If it's
probably
great,
not.
I'll be happy.
Yeah,
if
I
it's
will be
not,
too.
I won't be surprised.
And now for we'll talk about the biggest one coming out, but for our final 3 that we think you should see and know about this holiday season, these are the real Oscar contenders.
Yes.
I think that
These are
coming
the
out.
ones.
These are the ones that are really going to be. We're going to start being like, oh, these are the ones
Hearing
that are
a
gonna
lot
take it
about.
all. First one is Fences.
Wow.
Fences comes out on Christmas Day. If you haven't watched the trailer, right now on YouTube, type in Fences trailer and watch it. Directed, yep, Jake's doing it. Directed and starring Denzel Washington, we all love him, and
Got it.
Viola Davis. This was actually a play on Broadway, and they both won the Tony.
And wasn't it
Well, I'm
Pulitzer
sure. I think
Prize
he,
winning
yeah,
as well?
and he won the Tony. I don't know if she did, but he did. What? And for those of you who don't know, the Tonys are the stage equivalent, the theater
Nobody
equivalent.
cares.
Yeah, it's true. except for those in the theater community. But yeah, the Tonys are the Oscars of the theater, and he won and it won Best Play, and that trailer looks
It looks powerful.
amazing. It looks powerful, and the performances look amazing.
It's gonna be emotional, 100%.
Yeah.
People are gonna cry.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
a
big.
So if you're looking for a really
contender.
uplifting movie on Christmas Day, go see Fences. But this one,
who knows? It might
Yeah.
end with cancer. Or
yeah. Who knows? No, I was being
Oh.
sarcastic. That probably won't be uplifting. But I highly recommend. That's going to be a big Oscar movie.
I don't
Next,
think anyone will be disappointed seeing that. Which one? Oh yeah. So Ben Affleck is on a tear in Hollywood right now.
Boom, boom,
He's
boom.
had like the best 5 years of anybody.
Yeah,
The
he's
man
come
is-
out of nowhere. it
even
seems.
with Batman v Superman being so bad,
yeah,
he survived that wreckage, and he is killing it. Ben Affleck is now directing what looks to be his biggest movie to date
Yep.
since he directed The Town, Argo. Did he direct anything else since then?
Gone Baby Gone.
Gone Baby Gone, which
was
is
his first,
which is very
which
good.
Is a great movie.
The man is now coming into his own, it seems. He has a lot of powers as a director, and I think he's going to really shine in this gangster movie that
Yep.
he also stars in,
Yep.
which is cool.
It is cool. And again, all these movies, you should watch the trailer to kind of get a sense.
The
So-
feeling, what's it going to be like?
Go type in Live by Night. Is it Live by Night or Live by Night?
That is the question.
That is a question that we will
Live
find
by
out.
night? I must be Live by
It's
Night.
Live by Night. It looks awesome. I have high hopes. Ben Affleck, like Argo came out of nowhere a few years ago, and he won
Best
the
Picture.
Oscar. He
Yeah.
produced it also, so he's kind of on a roll. He's
Yeah.
kind of owns Hollywood right now. He's doing really, really
He's
well.
killing it.
He's killing it. And then finally, Jake, I'll give you the reins to this one. What's coming out?
It's going to be the winner of Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Adapted Screenplay. That's right. It's Martin Scorsese's newest film, Silence. Silence.
It's called Silence.
What am I praying to? Silence.
Stars Liam Neeson, Adam Driver, and
Most importantly, Andrew Garfield.
I forgot his name.
I was wondering why you were starting
Andrew Garfield.
with them.
He's amazing.
An epic. It looks like nothing else.
How long has he been working on this movie? For people who don't know, who's Martin Scorsese?
Martin Scorsese is the greatest director of all time. My favorite director of such movies
He's
as
amazing.
The Departed, Goodfellas, Gangs of New York, Hugo,
The Aviator.
Wolf of Wall Street, Raging Bull, Taxi Driver, King of Comedy. The man he's the best that there is, in my
He's
opinion.
awesome.
And this is his newest movie.
And it's kind of like his baby. This
He's
has
been working on this for like 20 years.
Yeah, wanting to make this movie.
Ever since the Last Temptation of Christ was received so poorly by many, like
Yeah.
people hated him for that movie.
Yeah.
They
can
really
imagine.
hated him. Like there were many who still respect that movie and
Yeah.
love it, but many people were angry. And it said that from that moment he found this book and it was like therapeutic to him. Because it's a book about faith and persecution and Christianity in Japan during a very hard time. And he said that it was almost soothing, and he said that he could see the movie right away when he was reading that book. So he's
Wow.
been trying to get this thing made for 20 years, and it's finally come together. And watch that trailer too. Goodness. Some homework.
Looks to be an epic. Looks to be made for the Oscars. So
It's gonna
these
definitely be nominated for a
yeah.
ton
So
of things.
so for people who there's always people that are like, well, what are the best movies of the year? I have to see them. I have to catch up. Definitely Fences, Live by Night, Silence, La La Land. Those are the biggest ones that are coming.
You're
that
gonna be
are
seeing them on.
must-sees.
You're gonna be seeing them on magazines.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hearing about them with Oscar nominations
Yeah.
and stuff.
Like-
But there's one more.
There's one more, but I just wanted to
Oh,
say
sorry.
La La Land, like 100% will be nominated for all the big awards. Like
It'll
it
get a
just
lot
like
of love.
you'll see that.
But the biggest movie,
The
this
biggest
holiday
movie
season,
that we just ordered tickets to IMAX 3D is
Oh wait, no, there's no lightsabers in this movie.
Monster Trucks. Just kidding.
No, we're not.
It is
It's
Star Wars
Monster
Rogue
Trucks.
One, the first Star Wars movie, not a
Ah.
part of the Skywalker saga.
An anthology film, a Star Wars story, Rogue One, starring Felicity Jones, Forrest Whitaker, your boy,
Who?
your guy, your
Hmm?
man. He retweeted you that one time.
Oh,
Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah,
And Darth Vader.
yeah. It's
and
gonna
a
be,
bunch of new people.
so for people who aren't the biggest Star Wars fans, Star Wars: A New Hope, in the opening crawl, the famous like Star Wars things, it says a group of rebels stole
the plans to
the
the Death
plans
Star.
of the Death Star that Princess Leia gets, and this movie is that story. Them stealing these Death Star
It's a galactic heist film.
It's a war.
and it
It's a
looks like
war
looks
movie
like a lot of
based
a
in
lot of
between
fun.
episode 3 and episode 4 in the time when the Empire is rising to power and the rebels are actually starting to fight back. It's going to be sweet.
It looks
I hope.
super
It
cool.
looks great.
Directed by
Gareth Edwards, who did Godzilla.
Okay, good. I was mixing him up with the director of The Raid too.
So hopefully, like I have high hopes. We got our tickets for the Saturday night of the opening weekend in IMAX.
if it's just good, I'll still be happy.
I think if it's somewhat as good as Force Awakens, I will be happy.
Because it's the first of like separated from the episodes. I think they have to make it great
And make it different.
and I think it will be.
Yep. So
I believe.
Speaking of Star Wars, so that comes out December 16th weekend, 15th, 16th.
Now, another thing that the holidays are for arguing with people, either on Facebook or with your family,
Yeah.
and maybe to get away from arguments about certain political affiliations or certain ideologies. Maybe we can all come together around one thing:
One thing and one thing
hatred
only.
of the Star Wars prequels.
If
there's anything to unite us all,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
And there's the die-hard fans, and like we were huge fans. I'm talking.
That's how we became friends.
We made a movie, a Star Wars movies. We're that kind of
Sith
fans.
Wars.
Sith Wars.
A
we made.
shadow of threat?
Sith Wars: Shadow of Threat, or Darkness Rising.
No, that was the other one.
I don't know. Oh, that's Chaos.
That was another film we never made.
Geez.
But we actually made this one.
Yes.
We got all our friends together and we made a Star Wars short film. We are big fans of Star Wars and we were into the prequels, man.
Yeah. And yeah, when you're a kid, they're great.
It's all amazing and colorful and exciting and lightsabers
but
and lasers.
you can't tell me that you can go back to Attack of the Clones and say that's a great movie.
I hate sand.
You actually,
it gets everywhere.
I don't care how big of a fanboy you are, and I'm talking to you, Nate. I know our friend Nate.
He likes the prequels?
He loves the prequels.
I
I know
didn't.
he does.
He didn't tell me for a reason.
I know he does.
But now I know.
I know he does. Hey,
Look,
come on,
I
Jar Jar.
understand there are things you like, but you have to admit those movies are subpar at best.
Yes. The third one is subpar. I'll give you that.
Absolutely.
The first one has its moments.
Second one is abysmal.
Second one is just.
But there's something that I have pondered for a long time.
Only for our audience right now.
And I thought of it again when I saw someone post another video about something else, and I remembered something.
Huh.
That other YouTube channel is a great channel called Movies with Mikey. He did this thing where he's thinking about the nature of the Force, and it made me remember a theory I had about the prequels long ago.
What?
Now,
That they're a dream.
in the prequels, the thing that they bring up is that the Force is in all. Obi-Wan Kenobi talks about the Force being in all life. There's a dark side and a light side, and that there's this prophecy in the prequels. They talk about a chosen one who will bring balance to the Force. Now, what does that mean? We always think of it balance of the Force, meaning that good's going to beat evil. That's not what it means. It means there will be an equal amount of good and bad. But you don't think that.
No.
You always think it's good versus evil, and the good guys win, and the bad guys lose.
Anakin.
He was prophesied to be the chosen one, and I think that his actions in Episode 3, becoming Darth Vader, killing all them Jedi, hunting them down, killing all those younglings, was a fulfillment of the prophecy to bring balance to the Force.
And that's why Kylo Ren is back. Because
there must be Sith.
That's a good
Jet. And here's the scary thing: is what do we know about Force Awakens? That we've heard that before the events of the Force Awakens, that Luke restarted a Jedi Academy and he was training these people. Then Kylo Ren shows up and kills a bunch of them.
Yeah,
and it evens it out again. We've been looking at the prequels in such a way that we think it's always good versus evil, but maybe Anakin was supposed to murder all the Jedi.
Whoa.
Isn't that messed up?
That is
because maybe that's the nature of the Force. Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of messages too.
Our friend we're going to see Manchester by the Sea tonight with our friend Max, and he just said, I just puked at work.
No, he didn't write that. He wrote, I puked at work.
I don't think I can make it. I think Ethan got me sick.
Oh, man.
That's so unfortunate.
Oh, well. Well, we're going to tell you all about it, Max.
Yeah.
And everything you missed out on. Hope you feel better.
Back to Star Wars. That's actually a very, that's a great theory.
Thoughts?
The balance of the Force.
Comments? because that's something that Star Wars did from the beginning. It wasn't about a good versus evil in the strict Judeo-Christian worldview.
Yeah.
He was bringing a lot of Eastern thinking
Yeah.
into with this idea of the Force being this thing that's all around us and is through us, and it works through us.
Midi-chlorians.
Yeah, that's in there too.
His midi-chlorian count is off the charts.
So maybe it was off the charts because it needed to lash out. He couldn't control what he was doing. He was almost like Judas betraying Jesus. Didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Have you heard the theory that Jar Jar is a Sith Lord?
I have heard that one too. And it's not
makes sense.
impossible,
It's not impossible
when you look at some of the feats that he accomplishes pretending
It's
to
so funny
bumble
how
around.
huge he is in the first movie, and by the third movie, he's just there.
He's just literally just standing
They should
like way in the back.
They
He doesn't
should
even
have made
speak.
Anakin cut his head off. That would have been
Because that was in some
hilarious.
expanded universe stuff,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Because the fans hate it so much.
Holy smokes! What are your thoughts on that Star Wars theory?
Look up that Movies with Mikey. He does a great job explaining it. I think it's called Pontifications About the Force. Anyway,
Yeah.
it made me remember that. You know what? Because then you kind of think from the prequels to the original trilogy. I was thinking, oh no, it wasn't Anakin. Luke was the actual chosen one. No, because who kills then the Emperor after Obi-Wan dies?
Anakin
It's
does.
only Luke, and well, I guess Leia kind of,
Yeah.
and then it's just, so Anakin is still the one who kills and brings balance to the Force. It was never about good beating evil. It was about good and evil finding balance.
I wonder how Mark Hamill's gonna be in the new ones.
We have no idea,
We
do
have
we?
no
'Cause
idea.
he
Like,
did
what if the movie starts and we're like, oh no,
it could
because
totally.
he hasn't been
he
a
could-
film actor.
He could
in
Sophia Coppola.
so long.
He could Sophia Coppola that movie.
Like Harrison Ford has been acting on film continuously since.
yeah, but he's
So
dead.
he was still good. Yeah, I know, but what?
Spoiler.
No, but that's why he got so much screen time.
Right.
Carrie Fisher has very minimal. In
That's true.
because
She was crazy. She went a
she
little
went
crazy.
a little crazy. But hopefully he's amazing. What if he's amazing?
I would love, but like it is
He's Luke
nerve wracking
Skywalker.
because he's done some like live Q&As and he seems a little unhinged.
Yeah, but his voice acting is just
The man's
He's an amazing
one of the
actor.
best voice
'cause,
actors of all time.
ever.
But what will happen?
What is going to happen?
Woo!
So that's our holiday rundown. La La Land, Rogue One,
mm,
Assassin's Creed,
mm.
Passengers, Jackie, Fences, Live by Night, Silence.
Again, comment below. Tell us what your holiday movie classics are. What are you going to go see this holiday season? And when you see it, let us know. Send us a message. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or you can email us
the Luke
at
and
the
Jake
Luke and Jake
movie
Movie Podcast at
Uh,
gmail.com.
And yeah, we've yet to receive a single email.
even just for fun,
Just send us an email at the Luke and Jake Movie Podcast
send us a little
at
something.
gmail.com.
Just let us know you're out there.
And we'll be letting you know our thoughts on all these movies and Manchester by the Sea, which we will be seeing in an hour.
Yippers.
So we're very excited about that. What are you recommending that
oh, that's
our
right.
lovely listeners and viewers should watch on Netflix this week? This is kind of something that we've been doing.
The weekly what to watch. We want to give you an opportunity to. We want to help save some time while you're scrolling through Netflix.
Yeah,
Here are a few movies you will not be disappointed with, either now or maybe over the holiday season when you have a little bit of more time. But so 3 movies I would like to recommend. Number 1 is Joy, starring Jennifer Lawrence.
It's great.
Jennifer Lawrence, Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, and one of my favorite of his more recent performances. It's a movie that in its time it received some mixed reviews, but I think over time people will learn to love this movie
Yeah.
about a young woman who's trying to make her mark in this world and trying to make something her own. I think Jennifer Lawrence is spectacular. It's probably my favorite of her performances.
Based off a true story. It's just great.
It's inspiring. It's fun. It's different. It has a great feel to it. Robert De Niro is so funny.
And it's right on Netflix.
Right on Netflix, so check it out. Also, I want to recommend this holiday season. What's a great family movie all of you can sit down and watch and thoroughly enjoy? It's Zootopia. It's Zootopia. I just watched it recently over the weekend. I couldn't believe how timely
you watch it
and
again?
interesting it was. Not this weekend. Last weekend, I was hanging out with my family. Watched it with my nephew and niece. I think I mentioned
Oh, did
that.
they like it?
They loved it. It's so good for kids. There's a lot for adults to take into. It's great. And a third option, something that, again, perhaps the family can all get around and watch, something that will make you smile, laugh, and you'll have the music stuck in your head for the holiday season. And that's a movie we haven't shut up about this year yet, and that's Sing Street. It has made it to Netflix, and I couldn't be happier because now it's easier than ever to share and enjoy. Watch that movie about a bunch of young guys starting a band in Ireland. It's incredible. It's a ton of fun. Luke, What do you recommend to the people out there?
What I recommend, holiday favorite on Netflix that you have to watch this holiday season and laugh your butt off, The Grinch, Jim Carrey. We already talked about it, but it's on Netflix. Hilarious. And I think it gets funnier the older you get, so check it out. Number 2, we talked about it before, but The Office is one of our favorite series, but only season 1 to like 7. It's so good. I recommend going through each season and just watching the Christmas episode. They are hilarious.
They're so good.
They are so good. I just watched the 2nd season Christmas episode yesterday. It is so good, so heartwarming, so funny. I recommend it. And my 3rd one is already recommended. It's Sing Street because it was just released on Netflix.
Can't help it.
Can't go on enough about this movie. Watch Sing Street. You will love it. You will love it.
So tired.
I'm so exhausted.
Why do I feel so tired?
I don't know. Was it something in the sushi?
Some substance in there, something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Thanks for listening and watching.
Happy holidays,
Go see a
folks.
movie.
Tell them we sent you.
That's over.